All right.
Okay.
So forex is not a get rich quick business. That's number one thing you must have at the back of your mind as a trader. When coming into the markets, into the forex markets, you must understand that you're coming into this industry not to compete with anybody, because this is not a competition ground. Okay, everybody is on this ground to win for themselves. If you win today, is not for me, it's for you, it's for yourself, your family, or whatever you want to spend your money on. Okay, so it's not a competition ground. Oh, I want to be richer than this other trader, I want to be bigger than this other trader. No, trader, don't come into the industry with a mind of competition. Come into the industry with your own mind. I'm coming in because I want to trade, I want to learn, I want to earn a living from this. Okay, so number one, don't come into the industry with the mindset of I want to get rich quick. Take that off your mind. Like, a lot of traders come to my DM every day, especially when they want to subscribe for VIP. They will come and tell me, "Hey Tim, I have a $10 account. Can I be making $100 per day?" Some will come with $100 and tell you, "Can I be making $500 per day?" You know, all those mentality. If you want to win in this industry, you need to get those mentality off. There's something I always tell my traders: focus more on protecting your accounts than the amount you want to make. You understand? Because when you focus on protecting your accounts, you know that whatever risk you have put in this business, you know that that risk is safe. All right. Then
Yeah.
while you have
Yeah.
protected that risk, then if the money is riding in for you, let it be riding in. And as it's riding in, you keep doing what? You keep locking profits and accumulating the money. Okay, so focus
Money.
more
Yeah.
on protecting your account. A lot of traders don't focus on their accounts. What they want to see is the money, is the movement going their direction. But when they see this movement going against them, they're not even bothered to say, "Hey, should I get off this market?" Some of them place trades without even setting stop losses, which is not good. So you need to focus on your account as a trader. Very, very crucial. Okay, so the more you focus on protecting your account and you're taking trades gradually, you understand, the more you take trades gradually and you're focusing on protecting that account, the more you see yourself growing the account gradually, gradually, gradually. Another thing you must always bear in mind is that every day is not a winning day in this industry. Every day is not what a winning day.
Indeed.
There are days we lose, there are days we win. Even in the VIP, there are days we make radical losses and there are days we win big. Just like I said earlier, what makes you a real trader is you winning more than you lose. Okay? So that's just the whole idea you must understand. Every day is not a winning day. Then that's where discipline comes in from. Discipline, very important in your trading career. If you're not disciplined, you can't win in this markets. When I'm talking about discipline now, I'm talking about the fact that you might see yourself losing. You lost the first trade, you lost the second trade, you lost the third, and even the fourth or even the fifth trade, and you're still forcing yourself to take trades more and more and more until you win by force. And the more you're forcing yourself to win, the more you see yourself even losing and losing. That's where we now talk about a trader who is not focusing on protecting his accounts. So you need to understand that whenever you're coming into the market, before you even come into the market, you ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose per trade? How much am I willing to lose for the whole day? You understand? In my VIP channel, whenever I notice that we've lost the first, a second, and even a third trade, and maybe the fourth one is going so slow, it's not going fine as anticipated, I stop giving signals for that whole day, and we all wait and relax for the next day. That is me. That is because I want to make sure that I'm protecting the accounts of my VIPs. You understand? Because when before you even come into my VIP, I always tell you, look, you must have $100 plus in your accounts. I don't accept anybody with $10, 20, or 50, or even $80 account in my VIP. You must be $100 plus. Why? Because I want to focus on I want to trade like I'm trading with $100. So if all my VIPs are in the market with $100, I have that at the back of my mind that, hey, I should be trading like one who has $100. Therefore, whenever I give them signals, I give them a $5 stop loss. Somebody asked me a question someday. He said, Tim, why do you suggest that we have $100 in our account before we can enter your VIP signal? And I told him, look, if you have $20 in your account, or let me say you have $30 in your account, if you lose 6 times, you've blown your $30.
Yeah.
Because $5 loss into $30, that's 6 times. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
so
right. You're right.
so if you lose 6 times with all my $5 stop loss trades, it means your account is going to be blown and you're going to be devastated. Like, how can I subscribe to someone's VIP and in a single day I've blown this account? So what did I subscribe for? And I don't like people coming to my DM with those kind of words. It hurts my emotions. So to prevent it, I always tell people, if you're coming into my VIP, you have to have $100, because with that I have at the back of my mind that traders have to trade 20 times before they blow $100. So each trade I give, I make sure that I give them $5 stop loss, $5 stop loss. Okay. Whenever the stop loss is hit, we always anticipate for a better entry. And that's all about Forex. Discipline. Okay. Be disciplined. Ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose per trade? And how much am I willing to lose for the whole day? Anticipated in my VIP, our anticipated loss for the entire day should be $20. If we lose $20 a day, is enough for that day to lose, and the next day we come in better. Because the more you're trying to win it by force, the more you lose it. So you don't force the trade. I always tell my students, you don't chase the market, let the market come to you. And that's now where we fall into what our topic for tonight, we say, is patience in trading. Let's go straight to my screen. Let's go straight to my screen. Stop share. All right. So if we get to observe today something, if you get to observe today what happened today in today's markets, you notice that at the initial, I gave you guys an analysis. If you can remember very well today, I gave you guys an analysis earlier this evening, telling you guys what I'm anticipating in step index. And I said, and I told you guys, you can go to our Facebook page and drop your comment what you also think. I always like to post it that way so that traders can get into that comment section, drop their own charts and give me more views, because the more I get the views of other traders with their charts, the more I know what I should be looking at in the markets. Because, you know, this Forex of a thing, one person don't see it all, you know? One person can see, or you can be seeing something different in your time frames and somebody else will see something different. That's why in my VIP, I don't work alone. I have wonderful traders whom we work round the clock analyzing the market daily. Because if I'm doing it all by myself, it's not gonna be as beautiful as it used to be, because you need to have other people giving you their own views. That's why I always drop analysis for you guys and tell you, go to the Facebook page and look at your own charts, take a screenshot of your own charts, tell me what you think also. So the more I get the views of others, the more I add it to what I've seen, and the more we win. You understand? So I dropped that analysis for you guys and I told you, that's, you see what I'm anticipating. This was the 4-hour chart. I actually made that analysis on my phone because I wasn't in my trading office when that analysis was dropped. If you notice, it was on my phone screenshot. So
yes,
so I spotted some beautiful patterns which the market was actually forming. Let me go straight to my trading view. I think I have that set up on my trading view. Okay, so I spotted some beautiful patterns in the markets, kind of like the double top pattern. So when I saw that pattern, I understood that this market might likely fall. You understand? So that was when I told you guys, this is what I'm anticipating in the market. I'm anticipating a drop like this. So when I dropped the analysis, all I did was nothing else but being patient, to
Sure.
allow the market come to me. You don't chase the market, let the market come to you. And at that time, the market was somewhere up here. If I can remember, let me see again. Okay, I think I should just share the entire screen. Coming, guys. Okay, let's go straight to that analysis again. I want to see exactly where the market was when I dropped that analysis. Okay, yes, it's this one. Okay, so this was exactly where the market was at that time in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I knew the market was about to drop anytime soon in the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to that 4-hour time frame. So the market was somewhere around here then. Okay, so with this setup that I had on my charts, then I knew that this was a strong resistance zone, and that at any time the market will fall. But at that time, it was still ranging, and price was still playing around this zone. So I gave you guys an analysis. I said, this is what I'm looking out for. So everybody should go and look at their own chart and tell me their own view. Then I was being patient. Some people came to my DM and was asking me, hey, Tim, are you going to drop the analysis for step? Are you going to drop the signal for step? I didn't reply, because one thing is this: sometimes you might anticipate that it will fall and you just notice it going up. You understand? So you cannot tell. It's forex, but the thing is, you have analyzed it and you figured out where you feel it might go. Okay, in this forex market, nobody predicts it's absolutely right. All we do is we just do the proper price action, the technical analysis, add all your confluences you can add, do all the things you can do, try your possible best to get things done rightly, and then let it go as it has to go. You understand? So they were like on my DM, Tim, it's falling over, should we sell? I was just looking, I didn't reply, because I was being patient until the signal came in properly and we all won. And that was a wonderful move. About how many pips? This was where we took the entry. No, that wasn't here. I guess it was somewhere around here. This was where that entry took place, somewhere around here, right? Okay, so it was about 40,000 pips. Okay, 403 pips. 403 pips profit. That was what we made today. So for those who took the signal, congrats to you. You guys won. So patience is very important in trading. When you set your analysis, be patient. You need to have rules as a trader. And those rules is not just about having the rules, but it's also about following the rules. Because it is one thing to set a rule, and it is another thing to follow the rules. It is one thing to set a rule, it is another thing to follow the rules. A lot of people have rules, but some don't follow the rules. Why some don't even have a rule at all? So you need to have a rule. Ask yourself, before I take a trade, what should happen before I trade? Where should price get to before I trade? You understand? You need to ask yourself questions like that. While you're making your analysis, you need to ask yourself certain questions while you're on the charts. You talk to the charts. You understand? You talk to the chart. Hey, okay, I'm seeing this formation here. All right. If it gets here, this is what I want to do. I want to see this price move to the upside. Okay. When it has gotten to the upside, I want to see a fall and probably a retest. If I don't see a retest, I don't want to sell, because sometimes price might likely do things like after it rallies to the top, to the up like this. Okay. Sometimes price might likely do something like this and go straight down. It happens. Sometimes it act as like it wants to go down and it goes straight up, hit people off their stop losses. It happens. So you need to set rules and ask yourself, okay, if I see price at resistance coming down, I don't want to trade until I see a retest. I want to see price go back and retest that level. If it does not retest, I'm not selling it. These are rules. You understand? These are rules. Don't be hard on yourself. Follow your simple rule. There are people who trade only pullbacks. If they look at the market and it's not giving them a pullback, they don't trade for the whole day. There are people who trade break and retest, only break and retest. If the market does not give them a break and retest, they are not trading it. Even though the market is sinking down completely, down, 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 they are not trading. They are not interested unless they see a market that gives them a break and retest. There are people who do that. That's you setting a rule and follow the rule. Be strict on your rules, because it's with your rules that you see yourself win. But when you're the kind of trader who trades anything, I needed a retest, but it didn't give me a retest, let me just sell. You see price going against you, kind of like, loss, and you exit the market in loss. You see price coming down a bit more, you say, okay, let me enter. You enter again, and it's still going back against you. You continue to make losses upon losses. So set up rules and be patient for your rules to play on. You set up rules and do what? Be patient for your rules to be set. Very important as a trader. Very, very crucial as a trader. Be patient. When it will work, when it will go your way, it will go big time and you will win big time. You understand? Just be patient. Don't chase the markets. Some people come to my DM, they say, hey Tim, I borrowed money from someone and I used it to invest in this trading. Now I've blown it all. I'm in a big debt. Please help me. And I tell them, look, mister, if you're coming to me with a mindset of me giving you a signal that will give you money to be able to pay your debt, sorry, because this is forex. Sometimes we lose. You understand? So you need to learn to be patient in trading. Another thing is, do not borrow money to trade. Don't do that. If you ever done it before, stop it. Some people will say, oh, I've seen this channel. They give wonderful signals. Their signals are wonderful and powerful. Let me go and borrow money. I know I'm going to double it before. But, sorry for you. If you do that before, traders, stop it. Don't borrow money to trade. Trade with your own money. Okay? And even if you're trading with your own money, trade with something you know that you're willing to lose. I know it's normal. We hear this all the time. Trade with something you're willing to lose. And people will be like, who is willing to lose money? You understand? Everybody is always going to say that. Who is really willing to lose money? But that's the thing. You need to understand that you're in this trade and this is business and this is a risky business. So you don't have a choice. You have to be willing to lose something. You understand? But while you're willing to lose, you need to make sure that what you're losing is coming from your mind. That's why we say trade with something you're willing to lose. That's just a way to say whatever you're losing, let it be that it's something you planned that, hey, if it goes against me, fine. That's the meaning of trading with what you're willing to lose. I hope I'm communicating. If you're understanding my language, please use the comment section. I'm reading your messages. I'm gonna read it all one after the other soon. Just want to land first. I hope I'm communicating. Are you guys understanding me? Use your chat box. Okay. So always trade with what you're willing to lose. Okay. Do not borrow money to trade forex. Don't be in a haste. The reason why some people borrow money to trade forex, I will tell you one big reason. And there are many reasons, but one big reason is because they want to make fast money. If I can borrow 100,000 from this my friend now and put it in this forex, I will double it and give him back his money and begin to before 2 days or 1 week I'll become very rich. Come on, traders, it does not happen that way. It does not happen that way. All right, don't borrow money. Take time. I always tell people this: if you can spend 6 months practicing and learning with just your demo account, you will be a very profitable trader in the future. I lost money several times, countless times in my trading career, and I got tired of losing. And after losing, I said to myself, man, I've not learned though. I need to learn. And you know what I did? One day I woke up, I had like $50 remaining in my account. I purposely opened a very big lot size on boom and crash. And I said to myself, if it goes for me, let it go. And if it goes against me, let the $50 go. I had something at the back of my mind. What was that? What was at the back of my mind was, let me blow this real account. If it has to be blown, let me blow it so that I know I don't have money to trade again, so I can focus with my demo. And you know what? The decision was very wonderful, because at the end of the day, a spike hits me and that $50 was blown in just 2 spikes. I refused to cry. I'm a man. I can't cry. I cried inside myself, but in the outside, I was prepared for the loss. Okay? I was prepared for the loss because I said to myself, if it has to be lost, let me lose it. I want to focus on my demo. And do you know how long it took me to trade my demo? I took 7 to 8 months using my demo to trade, to practice. To trade, to practice. What was I learning? I was learning how to analyze. I was learning price action. I was learning price structure. I was learning different skills, different strategies. I was creating strategies and sticking to those strategies, using it to see myself winning and winning, increasing my demo. Within that space of 8 months of trading with my demo, I blew $10,000 demo account twice. So that's $20,000 demo. I blew it twice, but I was still learning. So if I can blow a $20,000 demo account, what is $100 or $50 real account that I can blow? You understand? So that's just the whole thing. You need to learn. You need to learn. You understand? You need to learn. Don't focus on the money you want to make. Focus on your capital. Very important. That capital is crucial to protect. So if you must protect it, the only way you can really protect it is to learn what you're doing. Learn what you're doing. Very crucial, traders. Because it touches my heart when I see a lot of people send me screenshot of red digits. Red digits. Someone say, hey Tim, I've been in a loss for a long while. Thank God I found your channel. Hey Tim, I was using your strategy. It was going for a while, and now I finally lost all. But you're using my strategy, but that strategy you're using to lose, I'm using it to win. So what's happening? What's different between you and I is learning. You need to learn. Okay. So why you want to learn how to trade, there are things you have to focus on. Number one, you have to focus on your risk management. Okay. Number two, you have to focus on your discipline as a trader. Number three, you have to focus on your rules as a trader. Number four, you have to focus on your patience as a trader. Then number five, and finally, you have to focus on improving your skills. When you see me giving you guys trainings, and I just bring up a training with a very low amount of $20 or even $30 or $50 to teach you guys, I'm not doing it because I need the money. I'm doing it because I want to keep the price very low for a lot of you guys to take advantage and come and learn. because this forex academy is a very expensive knowledge. It's very expensive. I tell you guys, forex knowledge is very expensive. So when you see someone giving it to you guys on a very low price to teach you guys and impart knowledge into you, take that advantage. Take it up. Okay? You take it up and learn, acquire knowledge. If I have a lot of people in my academy, some of them are wonderful traders already, but they still join my academy because they still want to acquire more knowledge. You know, in this industry, we keep learning every day. Even I am still learning. There's a new strategy I saw someone using today, and I put my interest in it, irrespective of how much she's telling me to pay to learn it. I have the money and I'm gonna pay for it. I've told him that tomorrow I'm gonna pay for it because I want to acquire the skill. I want to improve my skill. It's very important. Keep improving your skill every single day. That you're making profit does not mean you've learned it all. No, keep improving. So patience is the key, traders. If you guys remember, I told you you should take your profits around here because price might likely go back to the upside. And that's exactly what was happening. You see, as exactly at that zone, that's where price is struggling to move. So we have to look for another entry by the time we see price breakouts. But as long as price is around here, messing around, anybody here is only risking his money. And one thing that happens a lot of times, that's when you see a lot of traders who say, hey, I guess it's time to buy. Let's buy. And they buy. Price will go up and come down again. They will be in losses. They say, price is ready to go back down again. Let's sell again. They sell and price is going back up. You're just gambling your money, losing money to the brokers anyhow. You have to stop it. Okay? Stop it and focus on learning. So these 5 things I've called out for you guys. Let me see those who have notes with them, who noted it down. If you noted the 5 things I called out for you guys to focus on, let me see it on the chat box. The 5 things I told you guys to focus on. 1, let me see. Let me know those who are with me. Mention one of the 5 things I said you need to focus on as a trader. Use your chat box, use your risk management. 1, 2, okay, risk management. 2, patience. Okay, 3, I mentioned 5 things. Have rules. Okay, number 4, discipline. 5, protect your accounts. No, that's not the 5th one. Rules, discipline, patience, risk management. What's the 5th one? Skill improvement. Perfect. Improve in learning. Perfect. So that is the 5 things you have to focus on as traders who really want to be profitable in this industry. You know, all these things are industries. We call it trading industry because it's an industry. We have the music industry. We have the digital marketing industry. This is the forex industry. So you're welcome to the industry, guys. And as you're in this industry, we have rules. And those rules are the 5 things I've called out for you. There might probably have to be more, but with these 5 is enough for you to focus on your patience, discipline, rules, improvements, risk management. Risk management is very, very important. Protect your accounts. Okay? So it's very, very crucial. So currently in the step index, we are still expecting more falls, but I doubt it if this fall might take place now. Price might likely want to go back to the upside before it pulls down, right? I doubt it if this fall might really take place because price is at the edge of breaking structures. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful in this markets currently. If I don't know if you guys have noticed this thing. It happens quite a lot of times in the markets. If there's a winning day, the next day might not be a winning day in that same market. If there's a winning day in a particular market, the next day might not be a winning day in that market. What do I mean? I mean, if price was busy going bullishly and you are winning and winning throughout the day bullishly, the next day price might not go as massively bullish as that to give you more profits. The next day might be a fall. So as you've made the profit you made from here today, don't wake up tomorrow morning with excitement and say, hey, I made profit yesterday, I'm going to make it again today. And you start selling again because price might likely decide that tomorrow it wants to go up. So you have to be observant before you take any trade in the market. All right? You have to be observant. So for now, we want to leave step index. Step index is crying right now because a lot of people have damaged it with profits. So you need to be careful. An angry man is a lion. So you need to be patient with step index for now. Don't rush into it feeling that it will fall again. But on the norms, it ought to fall, at least to this zone. But if it doesn't fall, don't blame it. It's how it works. So be patient. And that's all for tonight. So let me read your comments and then I'll take a few questions. Let me read your comments. Hello, not hearing you, sir. I hope everybody was hearing me. Mr. Victor, I hope you heard me. Keynotes. Patience is in trade is one of the killer in trading. Keynote 2. Forex is not a get-rich-quick business. Indeed. You jotted it down well. Keynote 3. Every day is not a winning day. Keynote 4. Discipline in trading. Very well. Thanks for this eye-opening lecture. God bless you. Mr. Vic, God bless you too. Keynote 5. You need to have a rule to guide you. Very, very important. How to spot a good retest. How to know what is not a reversal. How to spot a good retest. How to know what is not reversal. In the market, when we have things like this, we have support, we have resistance, okay? And then you have a downtrending market, okay? Oh, you have a downtrending market coming from the upside like this. All right, and then you start noticing a range for a while and price finally breaks out. Okay, when price breaks out, this is what we call a retest. And this is the move. The reason why we always wait for retest is you observe in the markets that price at the initial was coming down fluently with ease, like water running through a pipe, no blockage. You understand? Irrespective of the pullbacks, but it was flowing. But suddenly something happened. Price got to a certain zone. Maybe that zone in the past had let's say in the past, that zone was something like, don't mind the drawing, okay? Maybe that zone had served as support in the past, okay? Or maybe that zone has served as resistance in the past. So when price gets to that zone again, there's always going to be a reaction. And that reaction causes indecision. That reaction causes a range. So when you see price ranging in a certain zone and your bias is that price should keep going to the downside, now price is now ranging at supports. You now all you need to do is analyze your markets, do everything you want to do, put all your setup in order, and then tell yourself, I want to see a breakout and a retest, and I will look for my entries. Once the range is done, a breakout occurs to the downside. Okay? A breakout occurs to the downside, and then you're anticipating that price should go back to that same zone. Price should go back to that same zone where it struggled from before. And I want to see what the reaction will be. Is it going to break back in? Huh? That's what I want to see. Is it going to break back in and continue to play around? Or is it going to move to the downside? So that's why it's important to wait for retest. It's very crucial to wait for retest. That reminds me, there's a way I taught my traders in the academy, which synced into their trading score. And this is how I taught them. I said, a zone where price goes, okay, and plays around as support. For this zone to play around this support means that this zone as a support zone has been bribed. Just understand what I'm teaching you guys right now. This zone has been bribed. You can call it the 8969 zone. Okay? It has been bribed by the market makers to support price back to the upside. Okay? It has been bribed by the market makers to do what? To support price back to the upside. Therefore, this zone 8969 has collected the bribe. He has accepted the bribe that was given to him. And as he has collected that bribe, indeed, is restricting price from going down. And indeed, it has done what? Because it has collected the bribe, it has supported price to go back up. Now, as a trader, you're in the markets and your bias is you want to sell. You don't want to buy. You don't want to scalp. You want to trade with the trend and the trend is down, right? So you're looking for only what selling opportunities. Now, but this zone, you're looking for a selling opportunity, but this zone has collected bribe to push price to the upside. What does that mean? It means that this zone has taken bribe to stand against you. Just understand everything I'm explaining, right? It has taken bribe from the market makers to stand against you or to stand against your downtrending bias. So if at the end of the day, now those who bribed him were the bulls, okay? The bulls bribed him. So if the bulls bribed this zone to push market to the upside, but maybe the bears in the markets has emerged with full force. Okay, they have done what? They've emerged into the market with full force. Like, I want to devour anything that stands against me now. Then this is what you notice that will happen. I'll delete this. Because the bears have entered with full force, when this zone that took bribe from the bulls to push market to the upside is busy pushing up, the bears will say, hey, who instructed you to push up? Are you stupid? Come on, will you go down? And then they begin to push down. They begin to push down. They begin to push down. Now, once price has pushed down and broken out of that zone that was bribed to push market to the upside before, I hope you guys are understanding what I'm teaching you here. Just make sure you get everything, because this is an expensive knowledge that you're getting right now for free. So take it. Once this zone that was bribed to push market to the upside has been disrespected by the bears and price breaks out of it, if price breaks out of it, automatically, while price is breaking out of it, the bears would now begin to give bribe to that same zone, telling that zone, look, I know you took bribe from the bulls before to push up, but now we want to give you more money to push down. Because this is all about power, the bull's power and the bear power. Now the bulls were in power and they gave bribe, and this guy took the bribe to push market up, and the bears came with full power and broke out of that zone. Just like it was a limitation, they broke out of the limitation, and now they're in full power. Because they're in power, they have more money than the bulls now. So therefore, they bribe that zone with more money. So if the bulls bribe this zone with $100 before, the bears now will bribe him with $200. Who don't want to take more money? Everybody want to take more money in it. So because the bears have more money, they bribe this 89669 zone with more money than the bulls, and then this zone will now appreciate it, take the bribe with full pride, and then when he takes that bribe, what will happen? This is what you notice that happens. Let me delete this one. When he takes that bribe, okay, and the breakouts, this is what you notice. When the pullback begins, that's when you're waiting for your retest, okay? You notice that that zone that was supporting price before, because of $100 bribe, will now begin to resist price because of a $200 bribe that it has taken. Now, as this zone has agreed to take bribe from the bears to push markets down, that is when you will start looking for your entry. The whole idea is, who is still in power? Their power is their money. If the bulls were in power when they bribed here at this zone, they were in power with $100 bribe power. You can call it a $100 bribe power, BP, okay? Let's just create some abbreviation. So they were in power with $100 bribe power, and they bribed, and their bribe was working as price was supporting, even wanted to take it to the upside. And before the bulls said no way, the bulls brought more money into the market, pushed fully down, and bribed that zone, and with $200 bribe power. And then that zone agreed with the bribe, resisted, and decided to push down. Then the bearish traders will begin to look for their selling opportunities. Why? Because they have seen it clear that this zone has agreed with a bribe. But don't get it twisted. Sometimes price might come down, go up, maybe even come down again, and the next thing you see is it goes back up. Why? That is because why the bears bribed, okay? They bribed with $200, okay? And then the bull said, no way. What is $200? I want to bribe with $300. And this zone will say, wow, $300? Come on, I'll take it. And it will open the gates. Price will begin to go. You understand? So price will go, and then when price goes, it's going to hit a lot of people out of their stop losses, because quite a lot of people must have taken the entry because they've seen the retest and say, oh, yes, it has agreed. And they set their stop loss here, and they set their wonderful target of how many or whatever zone where they have seen support before. So this, once they have set their stop loss here, this zone will say, man, I've seen somebody who's paying more, $300, man. I agree with you, bulls. I'm going to open the gates, and price will go. Hit people off their stop losses. When people have gone off their stop losses, the bulls who bribed that zone has taken those profits from those traders, okay? Why they take that profit from those traders? A lot of traders who might likely want to who are looking out for buying opportunities, or some of those kind of traders who, when they see price go against them, they say, it didn't sell, it went against me, okay, maybe it wants to buy, and they enter again with a bullish move, and those are the traders that will also fall prey to the next move, because by the time they have entered and set up their stop loss like this, maybe they anticipated the move like this, and that's when the bears will say, because of $300, you agreed to allow price go. No, now, okay, I'll give you $400. And then this zone will say, $400? Come on, I agree. And it will allow price to go back down, hit people off their stop losses. I hope you guys are understanding the logic of what I'm teaching you guys here about what happens when you see price going up and down against you, irrespective of your support and resistance. This is what is happening in the markets. bull power and bear power. I didn't plan to teach this. I just wanted to teach you guys about patience, but sometimes we need to open up to teach you guys more things so that your eyes can be opening. You understand? So that is why you always need to be careful. Always need to be careful. You need multiple confluences to really prove to you that the bears are ready to sell. You need multiple confluences to really prove to you that the bears have really bribed this zone with a good amount that the bulls cannot afford so that they can really push it down. You need confluences. I always tell my traders, your confluence is your confidence to take the trade. Your confluence is your confidence to take the trade. So you need multiple confluence. You don't just trade because you saw one confluence. You need more and more confluences. Very crucial. Let me see more. Oh man, the chat box is really full. Okay, let me see. Let me see. What if you have money in your possession which is not yours, but you have 2 weeks before the owner takes it? You're on your own. If it's not your money, don't trade with someone's money. Even if the person is ready to take it next year, if it's not something you know you can afford to bring back before next year, don't. What the whole idea is, this is forex and it's risky. If you blow it, you've blown it, it's gone. It is not something you can say, is a bank transaction. I can go to the bank and complain to customer service. So you have to be careful. Don't trade with people's money. If you trade with people's money and come to my DM for VIP signal, I won't listen to you. I've said my own. Okay, let me read more. We are hearing you clearly. Thanks so much for the privilege. Okay, I have learned that one can't trade the whole day and expect to win the whole day. That's it. You cannot trade the whole day and expect to win the whole day. Sometimes you can win in the morning and you see yourself, because you want to make more, you trade in the afternoon, you see yourself losing from the afternoon to the evening to the night. Sometimes you might lose in the morning and see yourself win in the afternoon, and in the night, because you want to win again, you see yourself losing what you've won. So the whole thing is, trader, if when you need to have, as you have a certain amount you're willing to lose per trade, you should also make sure you have a certain amount you're willing to lose per day, and also make sure you have a certain amount you're willing to win per day. Like in my VIP, our target per day is $20 profits. As long as I know all my traders here, you came in with $100. So my anticipation is that at the end of the month, you should be having at least $300 plus or $400 plus. But sometimes at the end of the month, it might not get to that amount because there were times we lost, you understand? And every day is not a winning day. But one thing is always certain. I always say this and I keep saying it. The fact is, you win more than you lose. Okay? So sometimes you might see yourself win in the morning, and in the afternoon, you might see yourself losing. When you see those losses coming, stop the trade. Stop the trade. Don't force yourself to win it back. Stop the trade. Allow that day to go. Or you can analyze the market, or you can set your analysis and patiently be observing. Patiently be observing. While you're waiting, you'll be improving your skills, be learning what you have to learn, improving your skills with your demo. Very crucial. Side notes. Have you guys noticed how Crush 500 sold? Went down to monthly low. Did anyone catch that sell? Yeah, wonderful trader. It's good you saw it. Okay. Can brokers manipulate the market when he discovers a certain winning strategy? Can brokers manipulate the market when he discovers a certain winning strategy? Well, I don't know, because sometimes markets are being manipulated. You understand? The markets truly are being manipulated most times. So, but it now depends on what they saw that made them manipulate it. It might not be your own strategy. It might not be my own strategy. They must have seen something else that made them manipulate, or they must have been in so much losses that made them decide to manipulate. Sometimes they don't even need to see people's strategies before they manipulate. They just observe the winning rates. People are winning and winning and winning. Where is our profit? Our profit is not coming in. Let's do some little manipulations and make a little money from them. You understand? So it happens in the market. And I said this in the last time we had a meeting. When the manipulation happens, it usually happens more when the month is about to end. It happens more when the month is about to end. Maybe because the brokers have to pay uh, salaries, or maybe they have to pay their fees of whatever hosting or whatever they are connected to. You understand? Maybe they have to pay some certain fees, so they need to manipulate to make money to pay those fees. One thing or the other might occur that will cause them to make manipulations. Is protecting your account knowing when to withdraw and how much to withdraw? Is protecting your account knowing when to, no, protecting your account is not knowing when to withdraw and how much to withdraw. Protecting your account is preventing losses. Okay, it's your decision to know when you want to withdraw. It's your decision to know how much you want to withdraw. If you have a $5,000 account and you grow it to $6,000, you can just decide to withdraw $1,000 and keep using the $5,000 to keep trading. You know, or you can decide to withdraw $2,000 and use $4,000 to keep trading. It just depends on you. It depends on you and what you want to use the money for. Okay. Yes, Monica Crash 500 still going down. I was using your strategy for boom and crash, but I noticed sometimes when a spike is supposed to occur, it will not happen for a very long time. Please, what's the reason? Sometimes it's a trend. You have to observe the trend. I always tell you guys, before I give you guys signal, I always tell you, observe the trend. Okay? Observe the trend of the markets. If the trend is against the spike, there's every tendency that it will happen like that. Okay? If the spike should go, if it's meant to be a bearish market, a bearish spike, that is for crash, and you notice candlesticks more than the spikes, observe the trend. What's happening in your higher time frame? It could be a pullback in your higher time frame, or it could be an uptrend. So you have to observe. Do you do multiple time frame analysis? What time frame do you take your entries? When I started my trading newly, I usually trade from the 1 minute time frame. If you guys are part of those who are with me in my early days of posting strategies on my YouTube channel, you notice that most of my analysis, most of my signal strategies then were based on 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I was a 1 minute trader then, but if you notice also in my YouTube channel, the videos I started posting recently, like about, let's say 5 or 6 months ago, you notice that my strategies turned into 5 minute time frame strategies because I was beginning to improve my skills gradually. But now I trade from the 30-minute time frame. Sometimes I trade from the 1 hour time frame. You understand? It depends on, number one, it depends on your account size, and number two, it depends on your skill. Okay, depends on your skill. Thanks for your advice. Thanks so much. I learned a lot. Flexing your strategy on Crash 500. Keep winning, trader. Keep winning. Please, I need you to click on the icon for playback for back testing. Tim, I think I'm noticing your edge on step. I write that step is your key instrument for making. Oh, I don't want to talk. Maybe the brokers are online. I hope the brokers are not here. I trade uh step index. I trade VIX 100. I also trade boom and crash, and then VIX 75. So not just step index. I trade other markets, okay? But I focus more on boom and crash, step index, VIX 75 and VIX 100. You understand? That's what I focus more on. Then most of my wonderful traders in my VIP, where we analyze markets together and drop signals for the VIPs. Some of them trade the volatility 1S. That's the volatility 51S, 101S. You understand? But me, I just focus more on step index, VIX 100, VIX 75, boom and crash. You know, one thing you need to understand as a trader is you don't trade all the markets. That's what a lot of people do. They analyze 100 markets. They want to trade everything. No, it's not. It's not. You, when you do that, you wouldn't focus. You wouldn't be able to focus on what you're doing. That's why you see sometimes you just look at your screen and say, hey, it has passed my entry. I wanted to take an entry around here. Oh, shit. Why? Why did you miss the entry? Because you are looking at another market. So you need to focus on at least a few pairs, okay? Focus on a few markets. Focus on a few markets. So the reason why we have quite a lot of market signals in my VIP is because I'm not working alone. I'm working with wonderful traders in my VIP analysis group. So while I'm looking at some of these markets, they are looking at other markets, and we all combining ideas together to bring out good signals for our VIPs. Okay, so focus on a few trades, not all the market you have to trade. See, I think, okay, I've read that before. What does account balance got to do with time frame? What does account balance got to do with time frame? It's very important. It's very important. Account balance has a lot to do with time frame because, for instance, if you have a $10 account and uh, let's say this is a, let me delete this. If you have a $10 account and let's say this is a 1 hour time frame right now, okay? Why is this not moving? Okay, all right. So let's say this is a 1 hour time frame and you have a $10 account. If you take entry around here, okay, and set your stop loss around here, by the time price moves from here to hit your stop loss here, in fact, it's not even going to get there because just move from here to here, your $10 is blown. The $10 is blown big time. It's blown big time. Test. Okay. For instance, you're in this is a 4 hour time frame right now. Okay. And then you took an entry around here. I need to get a very clean example for what I want to show you now. Okay. Let me use this one. I'll just color here. Okay. So you're in a 4 hour time frame. You've done all your analysis. And then you decided that you want to take an entry from here, from this zone. From this zone here. Okay. I'll paint that yellow. Let me make it bigger. Okay. And you took the entry here and you set your stop loss here and you have a $10 account. Look at what's going to happen. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. It's going to be far. It's really going to be far. Let me just go to the 2 hours time frame. Observe this zone. I hope it's going to show when it opens. 2 hour time frame is still not big enough to view what I want to show you guys. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. So tell me, as a trader with a $10 account, you took an entry here and you are viewing from 4 hour time frame and you took the entry and you set stop loss here. Can your $10 handle a move like this to this upside? No, it can't. All right, it can't. So you need to know that if you have a $10 or a $20 account, you need to know how to take reasonable entries from lower time frames. it is for the sake of protecting your accounts. Okay, it's for the sake of protecting your accounts. So if you're a trader with $20 stop loss and you want to take a trade here, you should know what you're looking out for. You should know what you must have seen to make you take that trade, because this price is really went massively high from this entry zone to this zone alone. That's about 72,000 pips. You understand? So you need to know what you're doing. It is very important. All right. What does account balance got? Okay, I've read that. Is there a recording of this meeting? I want to be a better trader. I need to watch this a few more times. Yeah, it's recording. It's recording. Can a beginner analyze on 1 minute time frame? Every time frame is analyzable. Every time frame is analyzable, but you need to use higher time frames so that you understand where the market is going to. Do you do mentorship? Do you do mentorship? Because of my busy schedules, I don't do mentorship. I only create time when I want to train traders. All right. I only create times when I want to train traders. And once I train them, sometimes it could be a 2 days intensive training. Sometimes it could be a 1 week intensive training, you know. But for mentorship, like one-on-one, and you want to call me, let's talk, I don't usually have that time. I don't usually have that time. That's just it. You don't comment on my questions on the back testing, boss. Okay, the back testing, man, I don't think I have the time for that tonight, because it's not actually part of the reason why I called for the meeting tonight. But let's just see before we've closed. Let's see, I might get into it for a while for you guys. Crash is VIX 100, kill small balance unless you are team focus. Wait, I didn't you say crash and VIX kill small balance unless you are team, of course. VIX is a very volatile market. Even in my VIP, I don't drop signals on volatility again, you know, because it's a very volatile market, very, very volatile. And it's not that other markets are not volatile also, but the thing is that the lot size it takes is 0.20 upward. It does not take 0.10 like step index, or like VIX 75 that takes 0.0001. You understand? So VIX takes from 0.20 upward. So it's not a safe market for young account traders. So that's why I don't even drop it in my VIP again, because when I give them stop loss of $5 and they take trades with VIX, even on the lowest loss size, about 2 or 3 or 4 moves can hit the $5 stop loss, and it's not safe for them. You understand? When I take traders as my VIPs, I take them as is my own balance. I take them like it's my own account. I take it like as if I'm managing the accounts. You understand? That's why I'm always strict with traders that if you're coming into my VIP, you have to be $100 plus trader, so I know what I'm managing. May you please do a short demonstration on how to analyze market structure and be able to see the trend and then trade with the trend in lower time frame. Trader, I advise you attend the training coming up soon. Okay, I advise you attend the training coming up soon, so you learn all those things. I can't start unleashing all the dragons here for you guys right now. If I unleash everything now, what will I teach those who are paying for the training coming up? So I advise you join the training. You're going to learn quite a lot. You're going to learn a lot. Anybody who has been under my mentorship know how expensive my trainings are. It's worth more than the $20, I tell you. So I advise you to take advantage of it, traders. A lot of people have already taken their seats in the training channel, waiting for the dates. A lot of people also have made promises that they are coming up soon. Some are waiting for salary. You see, so not all these things is not that I want to take your money. It's just that I see it as when you pay for something, you will be serious to learn it. You understand? You pay for something, you'll be serious to learn it because you know it's your hard-earned money and you're willing to learn because you paid it. That's why I charge you guys. On a norms, my training, even though it's a 2 days training, it should be from $100 upward. But I take as little as that because I want to help a lot of traders. I know there are a lot of youths out there who want to, who have families to cater for, who have needs, and I want to help many. You get? So you need to take advantage of the things you're learning from me, both the free signals, both the free analysis, both the free trainings like this. Take advantage of it. And when I call you in for a training, take advantage of it. All right? That's just it, traders. Let me do a little back testing. I don't know. What do you want me to do on the back test? The trader who requested for a back test, what do you want me to do on the back test? May you, for someone who is new here, can the person benefit on the upcoming training? Do you think he can follow? Do you think he can understand? Now, it depends on your level, all right? You need to, if you know how, at least you should be able to know how to buy, how to sell, how to set your stop losses, okay? You need to, once you have understood those things, what else? Okay, once you've understood those things, you're good to go for the training because I'm going to make sure that the training is able to walk through with even new beginners. Okay, but the fact is you should know how to buy, sell, operate your MT5. I wouldn't have time for anyone who will be dropping questions for me like, hey Tim, this MT5, how do I set up the background chart? How do I change my candlestick color? I don't need all those kind of questions because I won't respond to it. Okay, so you need to know how to operate your MT5 well, so that when the training starts, you wouldn't interrupt my training with all those beginners question. Okay, so as long as you know how to buy, how to sell, how to operate your MT5 app, okay, then you know that you're good to go for the training. Okay, any other chats, any other question? So I asked the trader who is requested for back test, what do you want me to back test? I just want to know how to use it on the trading view. Okay, the back test. All right. Now the back test is for the premium users. Okay, it's for the premium users. If you're not a premium trading view user, you wouldn't have the back test option. You wouldn't have the back test option. How much is your VIP? The VIP is $20 per month. You must have $100 in your trading account in order to join my VIP, okay? I don't know why it's not loading. Why is it? Okay. All right. So to be able to use the back test in TradingView, you must make sure you subscribe to their premium package. Okay. Like the one I bought is for a whole year, probably should be expiring by March next year. So if you have purchased the premium package of this of it, you'll be able to use it. So in order to use it, all you need to do is to click on replay here. Okay, when you click on replay, you see now it has turned to blue. If you click on it again, it's black, which means it's off. If you turn it on, it will be blue in color. So you want to take this line now, this line moving left and right. You want to take it to the area where you want to begin your back test from. Okay, so let me say I want to begin my back test from here. I'll just click there and that place is going to cut off. So once it's cut off, you begin your back tests. So after all your analysis, you start you begin to use it on this zone. This is it. This is it here. Okay. So if you want it to be moving sluggishly, you bring it low. If you want it to be fast, you bring it here. Once you want to play, you either play from here by clicking on it anytime you want it to move. If I click on it once, it moves once. Click, it moves. Click, it moves. But if you want it to move on its own continuously, you click on this one and it moves by itself. Okay, you slow it down like this. All right, I guess it has gotten okay. You slow it down like this, or you make it fast as you want it to go, and that's how it works. Okay, so I hope you've understood it now, trader. To stop it, you click stop and it stops. I hope you've understood. Please, how much is your VA? Okay, I've told you that already. How much is it? I can't remember how much I bought that. I bought the one for a whole year. That was earlier this year, so I can't even remember. You can go check it out yourself, okay? You can check it out yourself. How much is annual plan? You can go check it out yourself, yeah? Are you able to do a VIP signal promo of $10 per month to end of the year, or keep it at $10 forever? No, I'm even gonna increase it soon. I'm gonna increase it soon. Oh, Mr. Teens. I'm gonna increase it soon, very soon. Maybe if I increase it, I'm only gonna leave the discount for those who have joined the VIP already. So why new subscribers are gonna be paying $50? Maybe the old subscribers might likely continue to pay the $20 to resubscribe. That's how I'm going to do it. So you need to take advantage soon. How can we check it ourselves, Boris? Okay, you just go straight to tradingview.com. Okay, when you go to tradingview.com, you'll be able to see everything there. All right, let's go to tradingview.com. Let me see from here. TradingView, trading.com. Okay, tradingview.com. All right. Let me see. No, I want tradingview.com, not the charts. Okay, so when you get to tradingview.com, here it is. So you need to create an account with TradingView. Okay, if you create an account, once you have an account with them, then when you're even while you're on the charts, okay, on your demo, you always notice adverts popping out, advert like telling you upgrade your TradingView, purchase the premium plan is going to be popping out consistently because you're on the demo. Okay, so when it pops out, you can take advantage of the pop out and then click on it to purchase the premium plan of it. Or from here alone, from the front end, you can come over to more, go to pricing. So under pricing, you will see the plans. Okay, so from the pricing here, you have $14 per month for the pro plan. Okay, $29 per month for the Pro Plus plan and $59 per month for the premium plan. Okay, so you have a key benefit of the Pro, 5 indicator per chart. Those are the benefits here and there. Refer a friend to upgrade your plan. Okay, or skip trial to play now. Now, one beautiful thing about this TradingView is that you have a 30 days free trial. So you can take advantage of the 30 days free trial. So while you're working on the back testing within the 30 days, okay, if you love it, then you can then purchase the plan at once, okay? And if you don't want it, you can still cancel. Even while you're on the 30 days free trial, you can cancel it if you want, okay? So it's wonderful, it's an awesome thing to take advantage of. So with the back test, it also helps you as a trader. You use it to practice your analysis, your entries, and everything. It is a very wonderful thing. TradingView is just beautiful. Okay, so that's it, traders. So this is the monthly, this is the annually. For the annual, for a year is $155 for the pro, and $299 for the pro plus. Okay, and that's for the premium. That's that for that. Let me read more charts. The boring part about TradingView is that you can't open trades. The boring part about TradingView is that you can't open trade. You can't open trades. No, you can actually open trade with TradingView, but not with your kind of broker. They don't accept anyhow broker, right? They have brokers they work with, and this probably should be big man broker. Got there? Big man, like here, if you click on brokers, you see the brokers they work with, capital.com, okay? They work with Bing Bong, they work with currency.com, okay? So these are brokers that they work with, FXCM, Chaka. Just a few brokers they work with. They don't work with all the brokers, okay? That's it. That is. Let me see more of the charts. I like to see my trade running where I have done my analysis. TradingView.com doesn't have boom and crash, does it? I have TradingView accounts. I use the currency pairs. Never seen volatility index in it. Which of the version have back testing? Big man broker. Which of the version has back testing? So all the plans have back testing. Even the most the first pro plan, this one, it has back testing. Let me see. Multiple channel bar replay. That's it. Bar replay on intraday bars. So the pro plan has back testing. It has, okay. Out of interest sake, which broker do you use or recommend for forex trading? I don't have any recommendation for now. I stick to Derry for now for pair trading and boom and crash trading. Okay, I don't want to discombobulate things on my head, logging in from one broker to the other. I stick to one broker, okay? Which of the version have TradingView account? I use currency, but never seen volatility index is not on tradingview.com. If you want to get volatility index on your TradingView, you have to use binary.com/tradingview, or is it tradingview.com/binary? Okay, tradingview.binary.com, I mean to say. Okay, that's it. May you please share VIP signal, come with stop loss and take profits. Mr. Teens, I don't give take profit again. I said that earlier. I don't give traders take profit again. All I do is to tell you to protect your accounts. Okay? Protect your accounts. Sometimes when I give traders take profits, once price, let's say for instance, the entry was around here. Let's say the entry was around here. And I tell you, okay, take profit 1 should be here. A lot of traders will set take profit 1. When price goes and hit their take profit and get them off the market, and price is beginning to go down again, they'll come to my DM, hey Tim, should I enter again? And I can't tell you whether you should enter again because it's not according to my rules. My rules have played around the zone where I gave you the first entry. So if price is going for you, if price is going as anticipated and you're already out of the market because you took take profit one, don't expect me to start struggling my eyes or my head to look for another entry for you. So I don't give take profit levels. I only give you a stop loss level of $5 stop loss. And once price is going for you, all you need to do is protecting your account. Your first move after price goes at least 10 to 15 pip move. Your first move is break even. I've taught this before. Your first move is break even. That is, you have protected your accounts. So even if price goes back against you and hits your stop loss and get you off, no problem. The fact is you've protected your account. You didn't lose. That's what I mean when I tell you focus more on protecting your account than how much you want to make. Okay. So the first move from your stop loss, initial stop loss, is break even, protecting your account. So the more price comes, gives a pullback, all right, and continues, the more you throw your stop loss. So as long as price is moving in your direction, just continue to show your stop loss. You don't need to start struggling yourself for take profits. Leave take profit alone. Focus more on protecting the account, protecting your profits. Leave the take profit. Okay? Just leave the take profit of a thing. So like for instance here, price is currently struggling around here. If you're still in the trade, all you need to do is to leave your stop loss somewhere here. You have accumulated a lot of profit here, and then you've protected your profits, but you're now anticipating price might likely continue to move. But if you have set your take profit, as price has gotten to this zone, you're already out of the market. But what if you had it here and price struggle and continue to move down? Won't you see yourself making more profits? Okay, so that's just the idea. That's the reason why I stopped giving take profits, because there are times when trades will go massively well. I expect that everybody who took the signal should make bigger money as market is going deeper. I expect that everybody's income should be increasing, not that some people would be upset because they've been hit out of the market because they set take profit and price has hit their take profits and is still going for them, and they're struggling for where to take entry again because they are scared. If I take the next entry now, it might begin to go against me. I don't want to lose what I've made. Out of that fear, they wouldn't want to take the entry. And it really hurts in the mind when you see yourself that you're out of the market and price is going your way. So leave take profits, okay? Focus on protecting your accounts. Once you've protected your first entry and price is still going, be trailing your stop loss gradually. Be trailing it gradually. But one thing you must not do is don't take price close to the amount of, don't take your stop loss close to the amount of price like this, because just a little pullback can hit you off, okay? So you just want to leave somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, okay? You must not be greedy in the market. No, this is not a greedy market matter. You must not be stingy. Yeah, you must not be stingy in the market. If I know this is your profit, I know, but because you know what you're looking for, what are you looking for? You're looking for a way price can continue to move and you'll be in more profits. So you want to give the broker this back. Okay, you want to give them this area of profits back. You're not stingy. You want to give them back. If price goes up, let it go up and hit me finally. No problem. What I made from here and here to here is quite enough for me to manage. Okay, so this little thing should be nothing to you. So set your stop loss here. Don't be stingy. People out of stinginess, they don't want to lose anything. They take price as low as this, their stop loss as low as this. And just this little move pullback will just hit them off the market. And imagine how upset you would be when you notice that that same zone where price hit your stop loss is where price now decided to continue the massive move. So you need to get stinginess out of your head and put your stop loss somewhere far away from price so that price can have enough space to do what? To play around before it continues the move. I hope you understand. May you please share. Can you trade with $10 trade? Can a trader with $10 trade your signal? I don't even accept $10 into my account. I don't even accept $80 into my VIP. Okay. But the thing is, even with $10, you can take my signals and you can win. Okay. You can win. The fact is, you have to make sure you're on the lowest lot size. Okay. And you can win whenever, as long as price goes away, you will win also. If it doesn't go away, you lose. That's just the thing. Okay. Or you can win even though you have $10. I have a lot of people send me screenshots this night. Somebody had $7, and from his $7, he increased it to $30. So it happens, okay? Have you been a victim of being stingy when trading stop loss? Yes, many times. I don't tell you what I've not experienced. Many times. In my early trading days, I used to be very freaking stingy. When price goes my way, I put it close to the amount of price. So when it hits me in my mind, I will say, it does not concern me. The fact is I've made profits. But with time, I began to learn. I began to understand, because sometimes you just be like, when you get into the chart, sometimes you just be like, hey, imagine if I had taken this trade from here. Imagine the profit I would have made all the way from here. By the time you imagine that thing, you now begin to look at the pullbacks that happened around before the move really happened. You understand? You need to understand that before this pullback really had occurred like this, people must have done the normal stop loss move of break even first. Okay, why the pullback happened, they took it lower gradually. So you cannot catch this kind of massive move that we caught today if you're the kind of trader who puts stop loss at the amount of price. That's why sometimes I will drop a signal, and when I drop a pull and ask who is still winning, you understand? You will see some people will click on I exited the trade. Some will say I was hit. Some will say I didn't trade. Why some will say I'm still winning? And I'm sure those that are still winning actually didn't even set stop loss, some of them. Why some who are smart, who will take the stop loss I gave them, use it in taking the trade and trading gradually. And that's the only way you can see traders win up to this level. Okay, Mr. Teens. So you need to get your mind off the take profit level. Everybody wants more money. Okay. So as long as price is still going my way, let me continue to accumulate more money. So just get your mind off the take profit. I told you guys last that the main reason why you should focus on take profit, if you're a kind of trader who just wants to place a trade and then leave the charts, okay, maybe you've analyzed your market and you're waiting for price to get to a certain place where you want to take your entry. And once you see that price has gotten there, you've seen all your confluences, then you just place the trade, set your stop loss, set your take profit, and leave the charts and do what you're doing, so that later you can come and see how did they play. You understand? That's the reason why you should need take profit, because it's really going to be bad when you notice that you set stop loss and you took a trade, you didn't set take profit, you left the chart only to see that price really came down. Because you didn't set take profit, price went back up and now hit your stop loss. It's really going to get you mad. You understand? So it's important that you set take profit if you're a kind of trader who trades and leaves the charts. But as long as you're there monitoring your trade, leave take profit and focus on locking profit so you continue to accumulate more money. I hope I'm communicating. I hope I'm communicating. Like, how many pip can someone give away for the price action? Like, how many pip? You can give at least 15 to 20 pips, even 50 pips. It depends on you though. Okay, depends on how much you have and how much you're willing to lose back, right? If you've taken a trade and you've made $20, you can decide to give back $5. When I say give back, I don't mean like you're giving them back. I mean like you're just trying to give the space of $5 move. Okay, so that if this pullback begins, let there be enough space for the pullback. After all, the trade you took, your stop loss was $5. So if you made $20 profits and because you want to catch more move, there's nothing bad if you cover $15 and allow $5 for price to play around on it. Okay, I hope you guys are understanding. Like how many? Okay, thank you, sir. We meet in boom and crash training. God bless you. Absolutely, we're gonna meet there. One of the problem we had is fear. So how can we eliminate fear when trading with small accounts? I always tell traders, your confluence is your confidence. When you're confident on something, you wouldn't be fearful on it. Okay? When you're confident on something, you wouldn't be fearful on it. So you need to have confluences. All right? That's one of the ways to overcome fear. Another way to overcome fear is by you having in mind how much you're willing to lose. Okay, I want to take this trade. I'm willing to lose $5. Now, whatever will happen, let it happen. I'm not afraid. Anything that wants to happen. I'm not afraid. I'm willing to lose it. So it's your willingness to lose. Okay. It also helps you eliminate the fear. Team, I can testify that babysitting trades and trading stop loss is never working for small account holders. Babysitting trades and trading stop loss is never working for small account holders. Really? Maybe it doesn't work for you. It works for me. I'm sure it works for others, trader. Trailing your stop loss works. You're protecting accounts. All right? You're protecting your account. You're accumulating, you're protecting, and you're still moving. Greetings, sir. How do I know my entry? My apology if the question is awkward, but I'm a beginner. How do I know my entry? You need to join the training, the upcoming training, because your eyes is going to be open to a lot of things, how to spot out entries, how to catch the moves. You will learn those things. Okay, never working like emotions and psychologies, trader. If I don't know how it's going to play with your emotion. It is normal. Trades play with emotions, but if you have taken a trade from here, price is going for you, you're trailing stop loss, nothing should happen with your emotion any longer, because number one, you have protected your accounts. Number two, you have covered a little profit. And that's exactly, see, for you to be in a little profit, okay, from here to here, and your emotion, and you're still emotionally troubled, it means you're the kind of trader who doesn't want to let go anything for the broker. You don't want to leave anything at all. You're the kind of trader who wants to put your stop loss at the amount of price. Because if you're a kind of trader who is willing to lose at least a little, as long as you've made a little, you're willing to lose a little because you want to allow price to play around, then it shouldn't play with your emotions again. When price should play with your emotions is when it's still around your entry zone. That's where emotion plays around. If price has gone out of your entry zone and you've trailed your stop loss, even at break even alone, from stop loss to break even alone, your emotions should not be played with again, because now you have protected your account, and your next focus now is how much more to make. When you take a trade, the first thing to focus on is protecting your accounts. Once price has gone for you, you set break even. Now the next thing you should now focus is how much more to make. So while you're now focusing on how much more to make, price is going for you. You're now trailing stop loss gradually. You're accumulating. So I don't know. I don't know for you as in how it works for you, but for me, the only time price plays with my emotions is when it's around my entry zone. That is when my stop loss is still back upward. When my stop loss is still against my entry, and price is around my entry playing around. That's when my emotion can be played with. But if price goes at least 15 pips in profit for me, and I've set break even, my emotions can't be played with again. That's just me for you. Okay. You watch the trade reacting and you panic and maybe close. So that's exactly what I just said. You should only panic if it's around your entry. If it has gone in profit for you, you should not panic again because you have protected your accounts. Please, eventually, like how many pips do you need to give the distance from protecting your profits? I said at least $5, depending on how much you've made already though, okay? Depending on how much you've made already. So I use the instance of if you've made $20, you should be willing to risk at least $5 for you should be willing to leave at least $5 on the table for more. Okay. It's just like you planting a seed. You have a mango and you lick the fruits, then the seed, you want to put it back in the ground. Okay. So that $5 stop loss wide you leave for price to play around is you planting a seed. You're planting a $5 seed. So if it continues to go deeper, you continue to accumulate. Okay. Thank you so much, bro. I have to go now. My battery is about to die. God bless you. You're blessed, trader. You're blessed. So traders, I'm done for tonight. Any further question? You see what I told you guys, step index is going back to the upside for now. So if you're planning to sell more, be careful what you're doing, okay? Any further question, you can turn on your mics, turn on your mics so that I can close. Hey, good evening, Mr. Chika.
Appreciate you. God bless you.
Yeah, kindly come closer to your mic. I'm not hearing you loudly.
I say I appreciate your effort in, dishing out those knowledge. So I really appreciate you. God bless you, sir.
You're blessed too, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any further question, traders? All right. So I'm going to post it on YouTube for those who wants to rewatch and for those who are unable to join. Okay, it's been recorded. So I hope you guys keep winning with what you've learned tonight. I hope you guys put it to practice. Okay, don't forget the 5 key things I taught you. 1, patience. 2, risk management. 3, set up rules. 4, keep improving yourself. And 5, what's the 5th one? Somebody remind me. Somebody remind me. What's the 5th one? Okay, let's
patience, rule.
Okay, patience. 2,
rule.
rules.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Keep learning.
Risk management.
Risk management. Good. That's the 5 of them. All right. So improve yourself on those things. Okay. Improve yourself. Use your demo accounts to continue to practice. Okay. Don't come into the market with a get rich quick mindset. It does not work. Okay. So you have to humble yourself and learn. When you humble yourself to the market and learn, you know why you're humbling yourself. Not that you're a servant to the market, no. But you're only humbling yourself because you know what you're looking for. What are you looking for? You want to learn this market. You want to know how the market moves. And when you finally learn it, you become a proud man of yourself because you begin to beat the market by its games. All right. So that's the thing, traders. So for the meantime, I remain your one and only forex skill coach, Team Legend. Traders, keep winning. I was tempted to sell more stuff. I was going to cry. You're on your own. If you sell, you're on your own. Thank you very much, team. All right, traders. So we see another day, okay? So I'll be expecting you guys in the training. Hope to see you all there. Who's going to be there? Who's not going to be there? Tell me, how many people am I going to see there?
Definitely going to be there. Thank you so much.
I'm going to be there.
I'll be there.
All right, traders. So we'll be waiting for the dates. 20th November is the date. 20th to 21st. So a lot of you are gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot. All right, traders. So let's go and rest. With the profit we've made, let's smile while we sleep. So our dreams are gonna be sweet. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Keep winning.
Thanks.